law of attraction and manifestation. Are these just more than spiritual woo-woo? Hi everyone, this is Kevlan and welcome to my YouTube channel. I didn't prepare a lot to say today, but I wanted to share my insights and perspective on what we call the law of attraction and how to manifest our lives every single day. I want to go back to ancient teachings a little bit, as well as talking about science and what science says about it, as well as sharing my own perspective and my own my own experience and how do I manifest my life every single day. So the law of attraction is nothing new, and yet there's still a lot of people that they don't believe in it, or they think it's just a spiritual wisdom and a spiritual knowledge, but it doesn't really have anything tangible. So if we go back to ancient teachings and ancient scriptures, one of the ancient teaching I want to mention today is Hermetism. There are 7 Hermetic principles derived from this teaching that I kind of give a description of what is our reality. So we have the principle of mentalism, the principle of correspondence, the principle of vibration, the principle of rhythm, the principle of polarity, the principle of cause and effect, and the principle of gender. Those 7 principles given in this ancient teaching provide a framework of how society, or how reality, I should say, how reality works, and how are we integrated with society instead of, or with reality, instead of being separated from creation or separated from reality. And again, like if we look at the last 200-300 years, science now, for every 7 principles, science is capable of, is now, talking about the same thing, and very aligned with this ancient teaching. So if we want to look at the law of attraction, is really kind of a summary or recap of this framework on how we create our, or I should say co-create our life every single day. I'm sure you've heard of the quote from Nikola Tesla that if you want to know, or if you want to find the secret of the universe, think in terms of frequency, energy, and vibration. So we live in the reality that everything is energy, everything is frequency, and everything is vibration. I mentioned it in multiple times in my previous videos, but the way, or the material world as we see it, is just an illusion of the light, and it's just in fact more dense energy that are vibrating in the visible light spectrum, so that that's why we can see it, but they're just hologram of a field of information that exists beyond space and time. So if we go back to this double torus pattern that I mentioned many times, at the center there is nothing but pure consciousness, or pure love, or the point of oneness, or the singularity. So this is where everything is emerging from in this 3D reality. Everything starts from this point. Every creation emerges from this point. And as the creation emerging from this point, it creates a feedback loop of information between the center, the point, and the 3D or the external world, and then goes back to the center. So there is this constant, and as I explained to you in the last video, with this closed loop system, like a fountain, where there is always an exchange of information between the center, the point where everything is emerging from, and the external world, so what we call our 3D reality. So you are no different. The way it works for you is you are creating, or you are exchanging information billions of times per second with universal consciousness. So what it means is that when creation is emerging from universal consciousness and emerging into and creating your own consciousness, and you're going to have a perception of your environment. Whatever is going to happen in your life, you're going to react to it. You're going to have a certain perception. This perception is going to create a signal, this information that will be part of your field, and then it will go back to the center, go back to creation. And based on the information you send to oneness or to the center, to the singularity, creation is going to emerge back based on whatever signal you sent. So in simple terms, it means that whether you're conscious of it or not, you are creating your life billions of times per second. And I should say you're co-creating your life and not creating your life, because obviously based on the perception and the signal you're sending, creation or the center or universal consciousness is going to send you or it's going to send you your reality back based on the signal you sent. So the universe or the law of attraction is not about what you want or what you need, but it's about what you are. It's about what information is in your electromagnetic field of information. So, and again, if you remember in the last video, I mentioned about the energy body. The energy body is where all the information that we cannot see and perceive because it vibrates outside of the visible light spectrum, so it's contained. There is so many information about us, whether it's our mental, our thoughts, our emotions, our gifts. There is so many information that are imprinted into this energy field, and based on this information of this energy field is going to create a signal, is going to create the information that we'll be sending to creation. And based on this information, creation is going to send back or make our life manifest based on the signal we sent. So the best way for me, and when I started my own inner journey, the best way for me to understand or to realize what am I creating every single day, whether I'm conscious of it or not, was to be the observer. I was starting to observe my life. What do I attract in my life? Where do I struggle? What kind of pattern I keep repeating and again and again and again in my life, or keep manifesting in my life, whether I want it or not. So it was really about being conscious and being conscious of your unconscious part, being conscious of your subconscious programs that you may have accumulated during your lifetime. So to me, that was kind of the first step to really manifest my life, was to really understand what is the signal that I sent to the point, to the singularity. Because sometimes we want something and we focus on this, but we don't attract it. It's because we may want something consciously, but if unconsciously we are sending a different signal based on programs we may have accumulated, we're not even aware of, we're never going to attract it. So this is where you can see life or creation is perfect, because we just need to observe and be mindful of what we attract in our life every single day, because we do co-create our life. And again, with this double torus pattern, it's pretty obvious there is a constant exchange of information between the outside and the inside. And it was mentioned for thousands and thousands of years. When you don't check your video and you keep talking and you don't realize that you don't have more memory, then I just made my video for like 12 minutes and I realized that after 8 minutes it stopped just because I didn't have enough memory. So here again, I'm back, and hopefully I can finalize this video once and for all. So I was talking about the fact that if we want to manifest our life, the first thing we need to do is, it's not if we want to manifest, because we are manifesting our life every single day, whether we are conscious of it or not. So the best way to see what information we have in our energy body or our field of information around us is to observe our life. And I was talking about how do we, what do we attract in our life? Where do we struggle? What are the patterns that are keep repeating and manifesting in our life, whether we want it or not? And then once we realize this, then we can start addressing, or if we see that we are attracting or keep attracting something we don't want into our life, then we need to address the information in the energy field that we have. And the information is usually a thought, it's your feelings, a program, a trauma, whatever we have, whatever information that is imprinted in your field that we need to change. once we are able to address this information, that's what we call the healing. The healing phase is all about removing all the layers and all this information that are in our field of information that are preventing us from getting what we want, or preventing us from manifesting the dream life that we want. So it's really about, the healing is really about releasing all this type of information in our energy field. And then once we have removed all those layers, then we can really focus and start manifesting it. And to manifest, we need a seed. So, and I usually look at the manifestation. The best way to see what we need to manifest our lives is to look at how we procreate as humans. So we need a union between a masculine and a feminine, a woman and a man. And this union will manifest, or will make manifest, a new being, a physical, like a kid, like a new being. So that's really the manifestation. We need those energy, the feminine energy versus and the masculine energy, and the union of both will make our life manifest. So what's a feminine energy? The feminine energy is creativity, the vision. What's your vision? What do you want to attract into your life? Who do you want to become? And again, when you have this vision, it's all about, you have to think that in the energy world, in the quantum world, every possibility exists. Every version of you exists. Every potential exists. So you have to have this vision as if everything was possible. And it's not as if everything was possible, because everything is possible. So have this vision. The clearer the vision is, the better you can focus on it, the better you can rehearse it in your mind. So the feminine energy, as I was saying, the seed, the egg, as a woman. So the seed is really this vision. And you need these thoughts, and you need this feeling. How would you feel if you knew this vision was manifested? I'm sure you will feel joyful, blissful, happy. And that's how you need, when you rehearse in your mind this vision, you need to see yourself as if it was already there, and as if it was already manifested, and you have to feel it. And I mean, feel it with your heart. So that's the feminine energy. The masculine energy is the movement, the fire energy, the action. Now, as you rehearse it, your life will start to organize in a certain way, with synchronicities, with a certain event, certain people. Now you have to be on the masculine side, where you have to go through actions and the fire energy, movement through space, to little by little make sure your life can unfold as you had in your vision. So really that's how manifestation works. And the hardest part for me is really, or has been for me, and it still is sometimes, is really getting out of the way. You don't want to think of how is going to happen, but wait a minute, I thought about this, but is it going? No, because everything exists, every potential exists in the energy world. Even if right now you think it's unlikely, or it's not even likely, but you're like, how something like that could manifest. That's why we are co-creating our life, because the universe has its role to play. So just focus on the vision, and forget about the how is going to come to your life. Forget about the when is going to come to your life, because that's not for you to decide. That's why we say we co-create our life. The universal consciousness has a role to play. So let go, have faith, and be like on this boat where this river is flowing, and it's going to flow towards your dream. If you want to know more about this topic, there is an entire chapter in my book, The Science of Breaking Free. Please check it on Amazon. I left the link down below in comment. I'll be also talking more about topics like that, and I will probably go deeper into this topic in future videos. So if you want to know more about this topic and other very interesting topic where I bridge science and spirituality, please subscribe to my channel using the button down below. Share the video with your friends and family. And for now, I'll see you next time.